Hey everyone, this is video 2 for the algebra enrichment work for the week of April 27th on linear equations. In the first video, I went over how you need to research and find different plans for you to utilize to create your linear equations. And again, those choices can come from here that we've included in the Google Doc. So again, cell phone plans, home internet plans, cable TV service, rent-a-car offers, sports training packages, gym membership, something that you would pay something like monthly or yearly to have or gain that service. So I went ahead and I chose gym memberships, and I researched and I found gym membership from Workout Factory, and Workout Factory offered 3 different options when choosing a plan for their gym. So instead of looking for 3 different gyms, I just used the same gym and I used their 3 different options to see which one would work best for my scenario. So then I went ahead and I showed you how to complete this. So we have 3 different scenarios. So here's the brief description for scenario 1. This was the month-to-month. So Workout Factory offers a month-to-month plan that is $35 a month and an enrollment fee of $50. And we filled out the information here to then see what would be the total cost for different various months, different inputs, different outputs. So I showed that in the first video. I went ahead and I completed that for my other 2 scenarios. So the other scenario was scenario 2. That was a 6-month plan, so they could give you it for 6 months and what it would cost you if you signed up for that plan. And then also if you decided to sign up for an annual plan, so for an entire year, and what that cost is going to be. So in part 3, what we're going to focus on now is you have to graph each of the lines you developed together on one coordinate grid, and be sure to label the lines with the appropriate equations and matching plans. So we have, if you use the work that came in the mail, it does not come, as far as we know, because we don't get them in the mail, but as far as we can tell, probably not going to send a graph with it. So Ms. Melendez put in the Google Doc, again, look in Google Classroom in the Google Doc, and there is a coordinate grid to use to graph these points and these lines. You can manipulate Google Doc to put points on your graph and do this online, okay? You can do this if you do not have a paper version. So I'm going to make my graph. So I'm going to label my X and Y axes. So my X axis is going to be where our independent variable is. So this is going to be number of months, or I'm just going to put months down here. Oh, helps if you all can see, so months. So I'm going to put months here. And my Y axis is going to be labeled, I'm going to label it total cost. Now, the graph here starts at 0 and goes up to 21. That is not going to work for my data, okay? If I look at my data, like here, I go up to 420. Here, this goes up to 410 and then 312. So I'm going to have to like manipulate this a little bit and change this because it's not going to work. So I needed to go up to the highest amount I have is $420. So 10, 20, I'll probably go by, I'm going to go by 20s here, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20. I probably should have done this ahead of time. Well, you're getting a live version of it. So I can do this by 20, so I'm going to make this 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I know this is not making for the most exciting video watching me redo all of this, but that's okay. 220, 240, 260, 280. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough room. 300, 320, 340, 360, 380. Oh, I just barely have enough. 400 and then 420. Hopefully I did that correctly, but it worked out perfectly. So I am now going to go ahead and I need to plot the points. So you're like, where are those points coming from, Mrs. Lawrence? Well, they're coming from the table that you've done in your scenarios. So I need ordered pairs to graph. Here's our ordered pairs. Remember, X is input, Y is output. So remember, X, this is Y. So I have an ordered pair of like 185. I have an ordered pair here of 2, 120. I have an ordered pair of 6, 260, 10, 400, and then 12, 420. So I have those ordered pairs that are here, and this is what I am going to graph over here. So the first point was 185. So at 1 month, it is going to be 85. Now you're like, well, wait a minute, 85 is not one of the options, but it goes 80 to 100. So here's 1 month. Right in the middle would be 90. So I'm going to go a little bit less. I'm going to put about right here. It's not going to be perfect. None of yours are going to have perfect just because of the dollar amounts and things that are going to be there. So we're going to have to use some estimation. Month 2, so my next ordered pair, if I go back, my next ordered pair I had was 2, 120. So 2, 120. So at 2 months, it was $120. So right here. Here we go. I also had an ordered pair of 6, 260. I know we're skipping 3, 4, 5 because that's all right. So 6 months, it was 260, which is way up here. Bring it back into camera view. And then I also had 10, 400. So skipping 7, 8, and 9. I'm gonna go to 10. I'm gonna go all the way up here to 400, put a point, and then finally I did 12 months, so 12 months is going to be at $420. So right here. So what you can see this one's not gonna make sure. I'm gonna double check my math here for a second because I'm not sure. 35 times 12. Because I did this all by hand and I want to make sure. 3, 0, 12. That was 4. Oh my goodness. Miss Lawrence made a mistake here. She made a mistake. So this is not 420. This should be 470. I knew that did not seem right. This is 470. So what I did, so I took 35 times 12 and I got 420. But what did I forget to do? Everybody? Yes, I forgot to add the 50. Look at that, making mistakes. Now I'm going to edit and fix that. So I made that mistake. It should be 470. So I'm going to come back over here. I am going to erase. Oh, I just hit the camera again. Sorry, folks. And then 470. I got to go all the way up to 470. Well, this would be 440. Let's say 460. I don't know. It would be like way up here. I am not going to even go back and fix all of that, but it would be way up there. So, because if we were doing this in the classroom, making this mistake, it would be okay. I'm not going to go back and fix it. So I'm going to make a line of this now. I'm going to make a line. So, here is, I got my handy dandy ruler. Oh, you guys, unfortunately, let me see if I can fix this without dropping my phone. All right. I can't get the whole thing on camera. That's okay. So I'm going to make a line. I'm going to line up my points. Line her up. So it's going to be about here. Let's see. Okay. Give or take. Not the best. Not the best. But I connected all my points. I've made a line showing this. So you're going to do this for all 3. I'm not going to do all 3 of them right now. You can see from that line, I'm going to probably go back and fix it because it's bothering me because it's not, it's not really going through this point up here. So I'm going to fix that a little bit. But you're going to do that then for scenario 2. You have to do it for scenario 3. If you have different like pencils or colors, things that you can use to make your lines so you can keep them straight, maybe use dash lines, whatever it is, so you know which line is what, label them. That would work well because you're going to then utilize those lines on the rest of the assignment to answer some questions, okay? So this was part 3 of graphing the line. So I just graphed one scenario. You need to do all 3. And then in the next video, I will go over answering the questions in part 4 to help you analyze your graphs carefully. Thank you for watching. Bye.